I'm saying, game period, conning, that was easy.
Yeah.
I knew the streets. So I had to figure out.
Preview. Icicle.
So, tell me this, like, when you were locked up, what did you do, like, to keep yourself focused? Like, what were you doing to keep yourself out of trouble, keep your mind right during this time?
This last time?
Yeah. The last time you were in there, how did you keep your mind right? What did, occupy your time?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I read a lot. I did a lot of reading. I had a deep intervention with self. And I had to ask myself the question, like, who I wanted to be. Or who am I? More assertively, it's more like, who am I? Am I the person that I created myself to be? Or people created myself to me? Or who God created myself to be? I started asking a lot of questions, like, oh, then who is God? So I did a lot of studying. For the first 2 years of my incarceration, I was gangbanging. I had a lot of anger. I was depressed. I had gotten into a riot, and a lot of people got hurt. It was a race riot between. It was really a race riot, but the Bloods didn't have our back in a certain extent. So it was really just the Crips against the white people and the GDs against the Crips and GDs against the white folks. I mean the Mexicans, And a lot of people got hurt. I ended up dislocating my hip. I dislocated my hip. I got hurt. Shoot, it took me damn near a week to get my hip back in place, and they didn't give you no painkillers, no none of that. They didn't put it back in place. I just had to deal with it. And I was sitting in SIG, aggravated administrative segregation, and I told myself, like, man, I'd never be the reason behind other people getting hurt. We had gotten to this riot, and 2 people died in this riot. And a lot of people got critically hurt. They got airlifted. We call it life flighting. They got life flighted off. They took off a helicopter to a hospital because they got stabbed and whatnot. It was a whole unit. We was on a 4,500 man unit. So it was the whole nation. It was a whole unit of people fighting. So people got air flight. It was bad. And I told myself I'd never be the reason why another person. And I had already started my soul searching, but this is what I was known. You know what I'm saying? This was my nature. This is what I knew I could do. Like, if you ask anybody what did Blue do good in his life in the past, it's gangbang. You know what I'm saying? I could sell drugs. I could fight. I've been fighting my whole life. I used to tell people, look, pound for pound, I'm the best fighter in the world. I feel like Mayweather. You have to be heavy, at least 15 pounds heavier than me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a challenge. You know what I'm saying? To win, that's a whole nother subject. Cause I'm gonna let you know where I'm coming from. When it came to, you know what I'm saying, game period, conning, that was easy. I knew the streets. So I had to figure out, man, like, how could I have an 11-year-old son? I had to figure out. At some point, I realized, like, how am I going to be a father and a gang member in the ideal sense? You can't be ideally both. You know what I'm saying? You can be the ideal gang member, or you can be the ideal father. You can be the ideal brother, or you can be the ideal gang member. But you can be the ideal son or the ideal gang member, but you can't be both. Ideally. Now you can title them the same, but ideally you can't be both.
I like that theory.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that.
So when I said, I love my son. The only thing ever in this world that loved me as much as I love them is my son. To this day. My mama gave up on me. My father gave up on me. My grandmother gave up on me. Well, my grandma never gave up on me, but she hurt a lot because of me. My sisters didn't write me. I was alone, utterly alone.
The whole time?
My mom did every month at a time, but my best friends were the people around me. My family were the people that had my back. The black people I was around. So, but I knew that my son, and the crazy thing is I didn't talk to my son for the first 4 years of my sentence.
Damn.
The mother of my child, she
How
was mad
old
at
is
me.
your son now?
He's 11. He's about to be 11 in October.
Oh, wow. Is there an understanding now?
Oh, he loves his daddy.
Okay.
He loves his daddy. He wanted.
I like to see that because a lot of a lot of people
hard.
grow up with a certain resentment or.
It's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's a testament to the mother of my child because she never.
She didn't slaughter your name.
She didn't slaughter my name. She was mad at me though. She hated me, but she never ever made it to where my son didn't understand or he didn't love me. She didn't make it a way for him to hate me.
Yeah, I respect that.
And that's a testament to the mother of my child because she did a great job at raising my son. And me and him are like this. But what I did in my time, I studied a lot. I did a lot of soul searching. And once I slid back from gangbanging, once I said I'm through, that's when the monkey got off my back. Because I never knew anything else. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. To change that was a catalyst right there. Like, I was like, okay, so what do I do now? Like, I'm alone. But nobody really texts me because...
So watch this. Just fast forward, because I do want to, get the main purpose of even speaking with you.
No doubt.
Enoch says, we're going to fast forward to, you get out. What is Enoch Says and what made you start it? Get all your shit off because people need to hear this.
I got you. Enoch Says, my nonprofit, my brother's nonprofit is it's an organization geared to help inmates find themselves faster. You know about the rise in the criminal justice reform, right? The First Step Act that just got passed. They letting they're cutting times for nonviolent offenders and drugs. They're doing that, right? Mm-hmm. President Trump did that. Mm-hmm. They're fighting from the outside in. There's two different ways to fight criminal justice reform, right? You have from the outside in through legislation, and then you have from the inside out, right? Programs. So we're going from the inside. I'm coming from a place that I know. Yeah. A lot of people don't know what goes on in the inside. I know what people need. And the unit that I was on, the last unit I was on was the Torres unit. Beautiful unit. It's called God's Boot Camp. Great religious community. Great people. Volunteers from San Antonio go out there. Deep. 30 deep. 40 deep. 50 deep. And they go out there and they figure it out. So Enoch Says was brought about volunteers going in. They met my brother. And they were like, hey, people got to hear what you got to say. His name is Enoch James Banks.
Okay.
And they said, people got to hear what you say. They said, man, let's do it. So I already had a nonprofit organization called Signature Change. Okay. Due to the people that I had around me, they didn't have the heart to put in the work. I was doing most of the work.
So tell me this, what exactly, what do y'all do? What
we
happens?
do is we mentor family members, mentor inmates. We have a men's workshop that just got approved for a program for inmate on inmate mentorship. The Torres unit, this is what happened. Me and my brother, we started a class called we started mentoring in a class called Cognitive Intervention. Okay. And he brought me into that realm. If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for James Banks, I wouldn't have even attributed to my level of teaching. I started teaching. We started the first mentorship program, inmate on inmate, first tutorship for GED. For GED. We blew up. Torres Unit got one of the highest GED passing rating for young students coming in and getting their GEDs. Oh, wow. First inmate to inmate mentorship. You got a lot of the person that helped me open the nonprofit, Drew Cawthorn, is a white guy. And he goes in and he mentors many individuals. Inmates, he has a love for me. He has a big heart. He's a Christian dude, right? Crazy thing is, I'm a Muslim. He's a Christian. But he doesn't look at me. We're just people trying to help people. We understand people. Now, Drew, he'll tell you. The craziest thing, this is what sold me on it. Because he wanted me to, he said, while your brother's locked up, we want you to be the face of Enoch Says. He said, going into prisons, I realized what white privilege was. This is what a white person is. He's white. Okay. Messed me up. I said, go on. Yeah. And he spoke. He said, I want to give my privilege to whoever can use it in the best advantage way possible. I'm connected. I got money. I got a vision, and I got a heart of God, and I want to save people. But the prisons would show me that, so that's the first place I want to go.
Okay, and if somebody, people is watching this, how can they find Enoch Says, if they want to look further into it? EnochSays.com. EnochSays.com. Enoch like in the Bible, ENOCH.
enochsays.com, and you'll find it. It's the only website of its kind.
Is there any Instagram or anything like that?
It's on the Instagram, and it's on Twitter, and it's on Facebook. Okay, perfect. So you can go on there. You'll see a bunch of Enoch. I'm gonna give you the gist of it real quick. Okay. Enoch said started off as an awareness, human thought, prisoner's thought, speaking about things that are going on the outside, from the inside. Because when you're removed from a situation without the sexual desires, the lust of the world, the lust of the adornments, the things that money, you don't need none of that while you're locked up. You start thinking differently. So let's talk about people that came to consciousness and speaking on that awareness. You're going to see art. You're going to see the gifts of many different people. We do a mentorship program also. And people can join in and mentor other inmates that are already living, that are going through the program that Enoch Says has. So that's what we do. If you ever want to get involved, you can go to enochsays.com. You'll see my name, my number. If you want to mentor an inmate, then go ahead and reach out to me. I got you.